Good morning. We've just arrived back at the house from a nice week in Sint-Circla-Poppy, which is in the southwest. It's the village where Nadia grew up or spent quite a bit of time during her childhood living with her grandparents. Her grandparents were buying and doing up, renovating houses there and selling them on, mostly to other expats. Her grandma came over from Australia, so it was really nice being there. Bonjour! We've just come back. This is going to be quite an exciting week because we're going to tackle, hopefully largely tackle the garden. We have rented a large container skip and we have rented a mini digger for 3 days, which we will have to operate. Never done before, but it's always a first for everything. That's going to be pretty cool. And then I need to also work on the loft in the little house. The loft in the small house is at this moment put in place by a standing beam, a pillar, because one of the structural beams has cracked. Let's have a look. See, this is the little house, and this beam is holding up this structural beam here, which has a crack. Now, can you see it? Right there. So this beam needs to be replaced in order for me to remove this beam, and then when this standing beam has been removed, I can start digging the soil. I want to take out maybe a foot, 30 centimeters of soil before we start making a concrete floor, a concrete base to put on a floor. Another thing that actually needs to be done before the floor is to make an opening here, which is going to be a door to the kitchen. That's a non-load bearing wall, but it's going to be pretty exciting opening that up. Now, to support the hole in the wall where a door will be, or for that matter a window, you install a lintel. A lintel, I don't know what it's called in English. In French it's called a linteau, which is basically, in these cases, these old houses, a wooden beam that lays horizontally over the hole in the wall and rests on the sides. For the larger openings, I want to use what's it called, an IPN, an I-beam, a steel I-beam, because I trust them more. Manufacturers can give strengths and you can calculate things and rely on that it works. And wood, you never really know what wood does. It's just guesswork how strong wood really is, because every beam is different, every tree is different, and then every beam from every tree is different. And when we buy it, we buy old wood or used wood, dry wood. God knows how much strength that has in it. But for the door opening, we don't really need to carry a lot of weight, because it's a non-structural wall. So what we did is we picked up a beam this morning, that one over there. Can you see it? I bought it from a farmer who was demolishing a barn, and I found it on Facebook Marketplace. That was actually quite eye-opening. Facebook Marketplace, advertisements in French, you can translate them directly. You communicate with the seller via messenger, translated everything directly on the phone. That was pretty cool. Just bought a beam from somebody who doesn't speak a word of English. We picked that one up this morning because that's going to be the beam above the door opening, and I want to cut that door opening pretty soon, because the cutting will generate a lot of dust, and let's do that before we start decorating and finishing the little house, the interior of the little house. Alright, it's gonna be It's going to be an exciting week. A lot will happen. I got to clear out most of this bush here today, especially the branches, because the container that we rented will accept dirt and building debris, but not green, not tree branches. So I gotta chop them up real good and clear them out, put them in the bins to be taken to the tip with the trailer somewhere next week. Cool, that's it for now. Alright, so this is the first time I'm seeing this little attic or loft from in light. I gotta reinforce the roof. And I gotta use a plastic sheet to keep moisture out, rainwater leaking through tiles. If it does, it doesn't, but that's the way roofs are built right now. So first I will install the plastic sheeting, then I will install additional support, and then after that additional support I will install insulation, probably just rock wool, and then after that we can close it up with wooden planks or something to make the roof look nice. I'm also going to replace these floor planks, but I think first we're gonna get the old vacuum cleaner and start removing all these cobwebs and dust and everything, because I don't like walking around here, working here with all that stuff. Yeah, let's get the old vacuum cleaner out and start working. The way that I've set my dust collection up is my vacuum cleaner sucks air through a barrel. When I'm vacuum cleaning, all the dirt that I'm vacuum cleaning is deposited in the barrel and doesn't go further to the vacuum cleaner, saving me on vacuum cleaner bags. Yeah, I don't know whether you can see it. You can maybe see the laser line on that beam. What I've noticed is that these beams are bent because of the weight of the roof. Now, therefore, I need to support the roof with more beams. What am I going to do? Am I going to install straight beams and try to push the roof back to in a straight line? Or am I going to maintain the curvature of the roof? I think maintaining the curvature of the roof is not only easier, I think it's also, I mean, it looks quite nice, right? It's old and that's what it is, and I find that quite characteristic instead of having a straight new roof. You know, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna buy beams and cut them in the right curvature as the roof is now. At the moment I'm just measuring with my laser level how curved the beam is. And I see that I basically need to buy a beam that's twice the thickness of the original ones in order to end up with a curved beam that has the same thickness as the originals. We found something. We found some sort of a lid. Septic tank, a grave. Who knows?
Weird. Look, that whole thing is moving.
I think I got the shovel. Well, I guess we'll find out more when we have the mini digger. Because this mini digger is done for today. Jesus Christ.
This not so mini digger.
Yeah.
Alright, I'm gonna just turn it off now.
Yeah. It's another beautiful morning here in on the camping in Saint-Pourçain-sur-Séoul. Saint-Pourçain-sur-Séoul. 100% sur Séoul. Yeah, go again. Good morning YouTube. It's another beautiful morning on the camping in Saint-Pourçain-sur-Séoul. It's really beautiful. It's green, it's a beautiful little town, Saint-Pourçain. Camping is really nice, super large plots, good showers, really good showers. Little shop and 3 owners who are really pleasant and very accommodating. So no, it's good to be here, and probably I'll be here for all of the summer apart from the months that I'll be working. Today was a pretty good day. I cleared up quite a bit in the garden. I cleaned quite a bit of the little attic in the small house, all the spider webs, cobwebs and all that stuff. I took the measurements for the wood that I need to order in order to progress on the attic, the loft in the little house. And we're going to the shop today to buy some. Nadia has been on the phone all day long, phone and email. She is arranging, she's first of all confirming that we get a big skip Monday, and she's confirming that we get the little digger, the mini digger, Sunday evening. The mini digger comes from a Facebook contact, somebody who advertises on Facebook. The skip comes from a company here. So without the skip, the mini digger is nothing worth for us. It's useless to have, and without the mini digger, we don't need a skip. And these things are fairly pricey, so it's important that we confirm everything. So she's been confirming that yesterday. Then she's been on the phone with the architectural department of this region, because we are going to change, or we're planning to change quite a bit of the exterior of the house, opening up walls. You need to get permission, and the reason being is that we are not necessarily in a zone class A, but we are in a protected zone. You cannot just change the exterior of your house, and that is because we are in close proximity to a monument. There we go. So you got several different zone class A's, protected zones. I think one is close to a church. You cannot change anything that you can see from the church tower without prior permission, and a zone class A, so close to a monument. I'm not exactly sure in which category we fall, because we are actually right next to a church, an old one, and we are right next to a monument. So Nadia has been on the phone trying to sort that out. She has also been on the phone trying to sort out a water connection and a sewage connection. We have absolutely no idea where the water, the mains, is actually coming into the building. And we have no idea how the sewage is supposed to work. We were told by the broker when we bought the house that the previous owners were not connected to the sewage. They were actually discharging in the drain, the rainwater drain, the storm drain, the drains where the street is discharging its rainwater. That is not the right kind of sewage. Now, it turns out to be connected to the sewage, the proper sewage. It's gonna cost us 1800 euros, and It'll probably involve a whole lot more phone calls and appointments and all of that. So we've deferred this to a later stage. We don't need the sewage right now. What we need to do is get the little house in order so that that can act as accommodation area during the winter when this camping is closed. That is the highest priority at this moment. Further, Nadia has been working on the SketchUp drawings because we need to file a plan of what we are intending to change on the house, on the exterior. So what we want to do is to get an accurate drawing in SketchUp where we can showcase our situation, where we can show it's gonna look like this after we do this and this. And that's not easy because no single corner in the house is straight. So even though you can take interior and exterior measurements, not a corner is straight, not a wall is straight. It's really hard to get an accurate drawing in SketchUp. So yeah, that's proving quite a struggle, but anyway, we'll get there. Today we're gonna leave after breakfast, fill up the water tanks, they are empty, hook up the trailer which is parked here on the camping's parking, then go to Toot Fair, get wood, the supporting beam that I need to change out, wooden planks hopefully, some cement, I need to fill up some holes, and look at gravel because I'm gonna need gravel pretty soon, etc, etc. We go to Toot Fair, that is supposedly the prices are reasonable and the service is really good. Let's see. See ya later. Avez-vous coupé? Ok, parfait. Je veux une.
Yes.
Ok.
2 par 5, 5, 6, 8. 6, 8.
6, 8.
This one.
Ja. 16 keer 5 en een half.
Better go.
No. Okay. Perfect. Right.
Use those tummy muscles.
one.
Why are you not wearing earplugs?
Yeah, that's always forget that. Stupid, huh?
Can we go get you some?
No, it's almost done.
We got saw number 2.
This is saw number 2. This goes a little bit deeper than the other one. It's an old one. Really need to have a new
Saw?
saw.
Blade.
Blade, yeah. Huh?
What happened there?
Well, it doesn't go all the way through.
Do you turn the wood over now?
No. Now I come with solution number 3.
Multi-tool.
The hacksaw. Yeah. No, it's not a multi-tool.
Isn't that the multi-tool?
No.
Oh, that's the hacksaw.
It's a hacksaw. So we use three different tools to get this one cut done. And I think it means that I don't have enough tools.
Oh, yes, not enough. You
Right.
beautiful kitty.
Should we just sand it while we're at it?
I don't see why not.
Yeah.
I never understood why you sand it once you put it in place. Why wouldn't you sand them all before you put them in?
Yeah. Makes more sense, huh?
Right?
Alright. Tidy up my tools. I'm getting out some other ones. Right, so I have taken all the floorboards off, got rid of the nails, sorted them by size. A number of them we'll still use. I got the new beam. The beam that I replaced is down here. This is the new beam that we bought today. Cut it to size, sanded it and put it in place, and then I was looking and thinking, this is just not sufficient. This is just not sufficient support for planking, 2 persons on top, a mattress, bedding, belongings, maybe a little cupboard or what have you. It's just not enough. This is a span of 4 meters. That's like 12 feet, and we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 beams. That's not enough. I'm gonna buy a second one, and then we're gonna reinforce this area here in the middle. Yeah, that will be a lot better. Further, coming from a boating background, you always talk about ring frame, and I think in house building it's the same. The roof is a triangle, and all corners are connected with each other, and that makes the construction strong. But I don't see many angles here connected with each other. Yeah, the beams that were nailed into this horizontal beam laying on the load-bearing walls, and I'm sure that the roof, what do you call them, rafters, they are nailed in, but the horizontal beams are not connected in any way to those roof rafters. So I'm gonna make a frame and have everything connected, and then also I want to have at least one more horizontal beam in the roof. Usually that is on top of the rafters, but because that will reduce the space you have available underneath, I'm going to cut them to size and place them in the middle of the rafters with metal corners. Not perfect, but a lot better than it is now, without losing any interior space. I also figured the ladder is going to be here, and this is the point where you will enter the loft. This part here will be closed, but I'm going to make it an opening hatch, because otherwise there's no way you can get a mattress up there once the planks are in place or other big stuff. So probably I'm gonna make a beam in between here that is removable. Stairs is removable. You can hinge that part open, and then this whole section here, it's almost a meter over the total width of the barn is open. Yeah, that'll be a lot better. There's still a lot of work. It's so incredibly dirty, and there's big nails everywhere, and so much stuff that I need to remove. But you know, progress is made, and that's the most important. Right, let's carry on. Can anyone explain me why one circular saw you have the hand grip on the left side, the blade on the right hand side, and the other circular saw you have the blade on the left side and the hand on the right hand side? Is that... This one I bought in Hong Kong, comes with an English plug. This one I bought in Holland. Is that maybe the difference? Really don't understand it. Anyway, I'd rather have this one because I'm right-handed and I can see the blade from here. This one works a bit different. I have to operate it with my left hand in order to see the blade. Could use it with the right hand saw, right hand, and look at the guide, but it's not as accurate, I find. Don't know. If anyone has the answer, leave it in the comments.